Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Thursday, 12th June 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Please note I'm not a SEBI-registered advisor. Whatever my thinking here is all original. So, and these are not recommendations to buy and sell. So today, again, the Israel-Iran situation has come to boil. Yesterday afternoon, for instance, US asked a lot of military personnel and their families to move out of the surrounding areas. So there was a fear in the US markets and the markets which were doing very well when the news came about Trump and Z have almost decided to sign a deal. The markets were up, but when this news about the evacuation came and the markets started falling because there were opinions saying that over the weekend there will be an Israel attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. Now, in the past, it has happened so many times that this news has come, but it has just vanished. And oil market took off. And we will talk about it a little later. And these people are playing what we call the nuclear football, and it doesn't serve any purpose. But Trump is not. I mean, right now he's talking of peace, but we don't know. So this is what happened in the U.S. markets. It was going up steadily, and then when the news came, it just simply fell off. Incidentally, we also had a similar situation in India, but that I don't know what was the real reason why around 1 o'clock our market started falling. But this is the S&P 500 5-minute chart where the markets came down, but bounced back a little bit at the close. So our markets we closed with mixed, with benchmarks outperforming the broader markets, but still all the broader markets closed negative except microcap index. Then Nifty held on to 25,100. It gained for the sixth straight day. Market breadth favored the bulls despite a large scale selling across the board selling in the second half of the session yesterday. Sensex went up 100 plus points. Nifty Bank is weak because HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank are struggling. So that pulled the bank down by about 169 points. Even Nifty Bank was also up somewhere in the mid session. IT stocks were the saviors for the market yesterday, and they helped the market to stabilize. IEX was the top mid-cap loser. The IEX is happening because NSE has got permission for the electricity futures they can trade. So IEX will NSE will be a competitor to IEX. BSC, the stock BSC was under pressure because I think people realize that the prices have gone up too much, completely way off fundamentals. I think this will be quoted as a case study in the coming weeks and months to come of how people pump up a stock just because NSE is supposed to list. The day NSE lists, then I think the BSE stock should crash significantly, in my opinion. Then, because of the Maharashtra government order on the excise duty on the liquor stocks all fell. But I think that could be only temporary. This could probably be a buying opportunity. We don't have liquor stocks in our portfolio, but if I were to look at one sector where I want to buy, probably liquor will be interesting. Oil India went up because some brokerage note, and Sula has been doing very badly. But yesterday people thought, okay, because Maharashtra government has exempted wine, so it should, it should benefit. But Sula has been not too good. You must also remember wine makers from Europe will come into India because of the free trade deal, and that will push pressure on the European winemakers. FIs were subdued. They sold about 440 crores. DIs continued to buy about 1,600 crores. Totally, institutional investment was about 1,100 crores. So global equities we talked about. Dow Jones closed flat, and Nasdaq fell off the highs. S&P and Nasdaq both fell off the highs. The FTSE, CAC, and DAX didn't do anything significant. So what are the global cues? See, this is a very interesting number here. US dollar index should have strengthened because of the Middle East concerns, but it actually weakened to 98.5. 10-year yield bond yield should have gone up, but that didn't happen. It came down to 4.4, primarily because CPI inflation came much below expectations, which means the interest rate cut is in play when Fed meets next. May not be this month, but maybe in the next few months. So Brent crude rose to about 69.79 on when US closed, but after subsequently it went to 70.75. Now subsequently it has cooled off. That is the point I was trying to make. That maybe the fear is unjustified. I would say. I've been talking about Brent to be between 65 and 70, so it went to 70. Now we are back below 70. Bitcoin, of course, the less said the better. This is an interesting thing which came out from NDTV. They are going to Adani's planning to bring down the promoter stake in companies, but will hold majority. Adani Group incidentally holds about 70% plus in all their companies. So it will mean that the market will be flooded with Adani shares through whatever they come, QIP, FPO, whatever method they use. So liquidity will get sucked out. This is another thing one needs to be worried about. That HDFC Bank problem seems to be not going out at all. So now they are thinking of taking legal action against Leelavati, and of course the bank has said that they have not done anything illegal, which I tend to believe, because Leelavati Trust doesn't have a very good reputation as far as the financial issues are concerned, and HDFC Bank has got pristine reputation. So I would rather believe HDFC Bank than Leelavati. But anyway, that is under a cloud. So sometimes, what comes under cloud, as I call it, a wall of worry. So the first big wall of worry was the Israel attack on Iran, which should dissipate, in my opinion. These are walls of worries like HDFC Bank, which should, augur well for the bank in the future. May not be in the big, exact in the next few days. So NSE gets SEBI not to launch monthly electricity futures. This is a new thing, which also means a lot of speculation. Of course, the prices will stabilize, I suspect, of electricity, which is a good thing actually. The intent is good, but we'll have to see how it goes along. This is another important news. India cuts duty on imported crude edible oils to 10% from 20%. This should benefit companies like ITC and anybody who makes edible oil in India. There are many companies. ITC should be one of the major beneficiaries. Of course, the Adani Group company also will benefit. They are there in the edible oil manufacturing as well as edible oil marketing. Then this is a small interesting item I saw. This stock which you hold called SEPC, which was previously Shriram EPC. They are a small company, but they always hit above punch above their strength, I should say. But they bought they bagged an order worth about 650 crores. That should augur well for the company. It's a penny stock. We hold it. I'm not recommending anything, but this looks an interesting piece of information which we got. Then something more to consider: the securities in ban is increasing. Yesterday was, I think, one of the highest. We got Aditya Birla, Chambal, Hindustan Copper, Irida, RBL Bank, Titagar, CDSL, and IEX. So which means that more and more speculation is going on in this. One has to keep a watch on it. So this is what the oil prices went up. They went up significantly, went up to 70.75, and then they have subsequently cooled down. This is the latest oil price chart I've put, 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. So basically, intraday it has significantly come down from 70.75 to 69.39 as we go into this presentation. So basically, what we need to worry about is what will happen to the Israel-Iran imbroglio. We are always buying on the decline. We will look at our buying on decline today, but we need to be a little more cautious. Today also is the settlement for the weekly settlement for Nifty. So one may want to be cautious. But whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.